A few weeks ago, Clark and I opened up my childhood starting lineup collection, which I now have proudly displayed on this shelf here. And I was loving these so much that I made the mistake of doing what you sometimes do. You go onto eBay and you start searching for other things that are related to the things that you're interested in. And that is how this box came to be. After 25 to 30 years of my life going by without buying a starting lineup, I started starting lineup hunting. Try saying that once. And inside this box is a collection of them, which was fun to buy, especially when you're beginning to collect something that no one else wants. As I talked about in the video that I made, starting lineups are not highly coveted. In fact, the ones that I opened, the reason I opened them instead of selling them was because they're they're basically worthless. And inside this box here, I was able to get 6 starting lineup basketball figures for a whopping $11. $11 plus shipping. He has these things packed in here expertly, which I appreciate. But the main reason that I bought all of these is because I was looking for one figure in particular, and for the price that figure typically goes for, I got all of the rest of these for free essentially. So let's start getting into these. Starting with the Admiral David Robinson. This is 1994, so this is exactly 30 years old, and we now have David Robinson added in the collection. And I was mainly trying to get a figure that was in that pose because I needed somebody playing defense. Everybody that I have so far all has a ball in their hand. I needed defense, and I thought David Robinson would be good to get, but that's not the one that I was trying to get, nor is this gentleman right here. This is Sean Bradley from the Philadelphia 76ers, now becoming my second 76er that I have in the collection. He's, of course, taken a shot too, so we could have David go against him, which would be kind of neat, and you can see what I'm talking about there, where you have somebody that's playing offense and you got defense. I think it works. So that's our first two. We'll start a little lineup over here. We'll start a lineup over here. Come on, leave a like. I deserve it for that. Okay, next one. I'm going to purposely pull out the one that I wanted last. Let's go with Derek Coleman from the Nets. Now, these are these all 1994? Yeah, so far. This is a little bit before my time in terms of watching basketball. At the time, I was just a Magic fan, and I was a little kid, so I was watching Orlando Magic games. And I do remember Derek Coleman, but once again, this was not a figure that I was actively seeking out, but I was happy to acquire him as a part of the $11 deal. This is like an epic trade, basically. If I traded $11 for 6 figures, oh, I see the one that I wanted, but it's not this one, but he's in the pose that I was looking for. This, of course, is Alonzo Mourning, and everyone knows Alonzo Mourning from the early 90s. I would love to get Larry Johnson. I'd like to get Muggsy Bogues. We could get the whole, or I was going to say Orlando Magic, get the whole Charlotte Hornets lineup. There's the photo down there. And there's his pose. He's again in the David Robinson pose here. This is kind of what they put the big men into oftentimes. Like they're going up for the block because they're centers. And do they use the same body mold for both of these? It's looking, I think so. You can tell me if I'm wrong or not. I don't know if we can get them side by side there. But it looks, well, maybe not. I don't know. Is it the same exact body mold or not? I don't know. We'll hope that it's not. I think Alonzo is unique to Alonzo. We'll say that. So that was cool to get him. Again, $11. How much did I pay for this? $11. But now we got another center coming up, and this time he has a ball. Everybody knows this one too. Well, I'm assuming that. This is Patrick Ewing from the New York Knicks. He's looking pretty cool, and he's in a unique pose that I don't have so far. I love the uniform. I love the card. Everything about this one is really good, and this would probably be like my number 2. We'll do a tier list towards the end here. But man, not bad, and the packaging and all these pretty good. There's a little bit of a curl here on the corner that I think actual collectors would probably have a problem with because, you know, that's not collectible. But for me, I'm probably going to open these all up, to be honest with you. Although it crossed my mind that maybe I should resell some of them because the one that I really wanted was this one right here. We got Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. The year, I believe that he actually made his name Hakeem. He was Hakeem with no H. And I really like the pose in this one, although he has his head turned really weird here. You wouldn't ordinarily have it like that. And he's in the same pose as David and Alonzo. Let's see. Do they have different bodies? I'll have to review the footage and see. But those three are kind of the same. And again, all these from 1994, so they're all 30 years old. But this is the one that I really wanted. And this one was going for like decent money plus shipping. And then I saw this guy selling these. And I was like, holy cow, that seems like a deal too good to be true. And like I said, I watched it and then no one bought it. So he offered it to me for $1 less, from $12 down to $11. I think the shipping was like $8. So all in, I have $19 into this collection, which again is just crazy because someone sat on these for literally 30 years. These were somewhere in the world, never opened, very much like mine, just sitting somewhere. And then somebody's like, I'll take $11 to get these out of here. That was me. I was that guy. I'm the guy that's collecting things that no one wants. What I love about opening this up is that I don't need to feel bad about it at all. Even though it's been 30 years, nobody wants these, except for me. So I don't have to feel terrible. Ooh, I almost forgot about the card. Clarkman opened them all up last time, so it wasn't even something I was thinking about. I got the card out nice and safe. But who really wants the card when there's an action figure in there? I have saved these, though. I put them all in these little sleeves. I'm a collector at heart. But here we go. Here's Hakeem coming out. There we go. So much better. And he's got like that crazy long pose that I really love. Let me put you down there so you can see him a little better. He fell. Okay. Wow. Maybe that's the reason nobody wants these. You can't actually stand them up and display them. What am I doing wrong here? That's just how he came out of the package. Does he turn on that? Yeah, he does. This is probably how he's supposed to be, like that. There you go. Now he stands properly. And he can even hold up his own card, probably, just like that. That's such a cool shot with his hand coming out like that. Just let me geek out a little bit here, guys. Bear with me. I'm just having fun. Let me show the back. There's the back of his jersey with his name on it. Yeah. That's a good sculpt, good pose. Crazy long legs, and once you turn him, he actually stands. If you're curious about his stats, there you go there. But we need somebody for him to play against, and I think the best guy for the job might be Patrick Ewing. I promise I'll save Clarkman some to open. Let me just have a little bit of fun here. Let's get Patrick out and see what he's like. 30-year-old packaging, opened by a nearly 40-year-old. How about that? Gotta be careful with the card. That was a bad rip. That's what you call a bad rip in the game. But that's okay. This is awesome. This is gonna be a dangerous path, I feel. I'm gonna be on eBay looking around. I'll be like, oh, get another 10 of them for 15 bucks. Why not? I'll have the entire collection eventually. Here's the card. Should I send that in to get graded? That card's probably worth about 10 cents on a good day, maybe. But there's what Patrick looks like in real life. So if you're not a fan of the NBA or old basketball, vintage, we'll say vintage, that's what he looks like. And in starting lineup form, that's what he looks like there. And again, the camera's doing a nice job. If I get him in the right spot, focusing on him, there's his back. I had another Patrick Ewing action figure when I was younger, but it wasn't nearly as good as this one. It was kind of like rubbery and stuff. It was bad. I still have it, so I could probably share it at some point. But I want to get a little setup going here. Let's do this. That angle right there, it looks so sick. Like we put him like really close. Like he's about ready just to stuff Patrick Ewing right in his face. Every time I open one of these, I just think about how my entire life I kept those sealed and I didn't get to enjoy them. But having him pose like that in like a dynamic pose as opposed to pose. We're starting lineups and as opposed to pose, just being in the packaging like that. I like that so much better. I know that eliminates all the value, supposed value that would have been in these, but it's not. So why not get them out? Have some fun with your stuff. Enjoy life. That's what I'm trying to do. And we'll get the alternate shot here for you so you can see these guys going against each other. I'm going to save these two for Clarkman to open because I want to keep David and I want to keep Alonzo because I like those figures. But these guys, again, I don't really have a connection to them. So I was thinking, Hakeem! No Hakeems were harmed in the filming of this video. These ones I don't have much of a connection to. So I was thinking if I could find someone out there in this world that maybe is a, I can never remember his name, Sean Bradley or a Derek Coleman fan, and if I could sell these, say I sold one for $5 or something like that, that recoups my cost. If I sold both of them for $5 each, I got $10 towards my $11 back, and I got 4 figures here. And yeah, that's what you call making moves. That is if there's anyone out there that wants to buy these, which From my limited experience, I would say no, not really. That won't stop me from trying. We'll see if we can put these guys on, and then we'll add these guys up to the starting lineup that I have up there, and eventually that whole shelf is going to go from Lego to starting lineup action figures. I wish I could say this was the only thing that I've been getting into on eBay, but it's not. I also have an Atari 7800 game on the way that I'll be sharing here, and I've got some sports cards that I have been accumulating, and I'll be making a video on those as well. So yeah, I don't just sell on eBay, I also collect, and this is a lot of fun. So thank you for encouraging me, or maybe discouraging me from continuing to do this, and I will see you in the next 90s collection video. Send you out with a nice little close-up on Patrick and Hakeem, who have since become friends after playing one-on-one in my video. There's their cards. There's the other guys, and there's the ones to be sold. Any Derek Coleman fans or Sean Bradley fans out there? Let me know.